Hi, everybody. Greg Jacobson here again, and today I'm with the amazing Linda Hollander. Now, I've had amazing guests on here before, and we have amazing faculty that are speaking at our Author Millionaire Weekend Live coming up in San Diego with the 19th and the 20th. And you're going to learn how to take your book and make a bunch of money with it, which you probably thought you were going to do when you wrote it, but it's a lot harder than we had all thought when we wrote a book to get it out. But Linda has something that is super unique, and I'm going to go out there on a limb and say maybe the most important speaker for you on staff that we've got. And she's not the most well-known, obviously, you know, Jack Canfield, Steve Harrison, Dave Van Hoos, that they have big followings. And I know Linda does too, but Linda's got some magic for you. What if you could do not only just what you wanted to do and your passion and to be able to help other people, but not have to worry about even having to make money or sell books? What if you had corporate sponsorships to foot the bill for everything? What if you could just make even just a little bit of money and have everything paid for so you could get your message out to the greatest number of people and have the greatest impact so you don't have to worry about money really ever again? That would be fantastic. Well, that is what Linda is here to talk about, and she'll be there over the weekend, actually for the whole weekend. So come to the Author Millionaire Weekend Live and speak to Linda, but I'm happy to introduce Linda Hollander. Welcome, Linda.
Great to be here. Thank you so much, Greg. I am so looking forward to the Author Millionaire Weekend Live. I'm so excited. I'm getting really pumped for it. I'm going to share so many great things with everybody coming there. As you said, you know, I'm not a celebrity author, but I have gotten a lot of money from corporate sponsors, and that's what I'm going to talk about there. The title of my presentation is The Top 5 Ways to Get Corporate Sponsors for Your Book, because this is the way that a lot of people are making a lot of money, and you may not even know about that. Or if you know about sponsorship, you think, well, maybe sponsorship is okay when I get a little more famous, when I get a little more traction. You know, you can get sponsors even before your book is written. All you need is a title, and you need the cover art for your book to start getting sponsors. So don't think that you have to wait. Don't think that just because you're just getting started that this is not for you, because when I started to get sponsors, I sold them on a concept. I sold them on something that was not yet published yet, and that's kind of what you can do. So what do sponsors do for you as an author? Well, first of all, they give you money. And you need money as an author to do all these great things that you want to do. Maybe you want to do a speaking tour. Maybe you want to start a nonprofit charity. Maybe you want to make a lot of money from that book. And this is the way to do it, because corporate sponsors will fund your dreams. Whatever those dreams are, you have a sponsor that will connect you to those dreams. Another thing that sponsors do is they give you publicity. They promote you, because sponsors have bigger promotion engines and departments than you do. So that's another thing that sponsors provide for you. Another thing that sponsors do for you is credibility, because if you're an emerging author, nobody really knows about you yet. So to get those book sales, you have to have some credibility in your field to get those deals, to get that publicity, to really crank up those sales of the books. Or if you want to do a speaking tour, a lot of my author clients want to do speaking tours, and there is nothing better than traveling the world and speaking. I've become an international speaker. I've spoken in Canada, I've spoken in Singapore, I've spoken in Japan, you know, all because of corporate sponsorship. And lastly, corporate sponsors help you change people's lives. We're all in different businesses, but we are all in the life-changing business. And that's really why you want to write. You have a big message that needs to get out. And we're all taught to have those big dreams, but nobody really teaches us, hey, here's how you fund the dreams. Because when you write down those big dreams, you're thinking, hey, this is going to cost some money. This is going to take resources. This is going to take capital. Even doing this event that Greg is doing, it takes a lot of resources. And I've done events for 18 years, so I get it. So a lot of you want to do events. And of course, sponsors absolutely love events. So let's go over the definition of corporate sponsors. And this, you can write this down. The definition of sponsorship is connecting a company to people who buy things. So think about the audience for your book. Think about what they buy. Think of their daily lifestyle. They get up in the morning and they brush their teeth and they wash their hair and they get into a car and they have a bank and they use credit cards. So those are all companies that can sponsor you. So I want you to remember that definition of sponsorship, because like I said, most people think this is so sophisticated, this is so complicated, I need to have more notoriety before I could start getting sponsors, and I'm gonna blow all of that out of the water when I do my presentation at the Author Millionaire Weekend Live.
Yeah, and thank you. That is really so much to think about. So when people think about corporate sponsorships, or I know, at least I know when I do, it's like, wow, obviously there's a lot of sponsorship money out there. There's advertising on TV. There's events that, you know, everything's sponsored by somebody, it seems like. But, you know, how do we find out about these, who has budgets and who the right sponsors are for your audience, and, you know, how much money is out there, and how hard is this whole thing?
Here's some good news. There is $24 billion, with a B, billion dollars out there just in North America for sponsorships. In the world, there is $65 billion out there. Now, if you'd like to know how to get a little piece of the $65 billion, I'm going to be giving you ways to get that. Sponsorship has increased every year more than the traditional ad spend. I got into being a writer because I had a story to tell. I was in the poverty trap. I was in an abusive relationship, and I didn't like being a victim. I said, you know what? I want my life to make a difference. So I wrote my book and I started my business, and all the good things in my life happened after that. So I was able to pay down this tremendous debt that was just choking me. I was afraid to go to my mailbox in the morning because there were bills I could never, ever afford to pay in the little job that I had. I was able to travel the world. I was able to buy my first home as a single woman. And I got rid of the abusive boyfriend, and I met my husband, and we've been married about 22 years now. So my husband and I watch Dancing with the Stars. And Dancing with the Stars, I mean, think of what a company pays to be on Dancing with the Stars. He does ballroom dancing, by the way. So they pay $1 bazillion to put an ad there. Now, that's what we call traditional ad spend. But if they advertise on a primetime show like Dancing with the Stars, they're reaching everybody from 9 years old to 90 years old. And it's not really a targeted spend. So that's why sponsorship is going up so much. First of all, it's not as much of they're not going to spend as much, and they get a targeted demographic. Demographics are your destiny with sponsors. And I'm going to teach you how to make between $10,000 and $100,000 from each sponsor. Now, there's no limit to the amount of sponsors that you can have. And in fact, my company recommends that you have quite a few sponsors. So this can be quite lucrative. And I've been sponsored by Bank of America, Walmart, IBM, Microsoft, Marriott Hotels, Southwest Airlines, and when I first started getting sponsors, it was just me in a kitchen with my cat. I had no employees. I had no experience. I had no following. So that's another fallacy that people think you need, is this huge following to get sponsors. I had nothing, but I sold them on the concept. And that's what I'm going to tell you at the Author Millionaire Weekend Live.
Nice. That is awesome. So when you do get this money, when you go through this process, obviously there's a process, and you're gonna explain the process, and then you're gonna have some options if they want to work with you, or they just want to go out on their own, or obviously there's some other things that they're able to do. But is it really like a super difficult and long process? And when you finally do get a check at the end of this, do they micromanage how you spend it, or do you have to give them a detailed accounting of everything? I mean, how does that all work?
Okay, Greg, here's another piece of good news. I have never in 18 years had to submit a budget as far as how the money is spent. That
Nice.
happens in the world of grants, but not so much in the world of sponsors. That happens in the world of bank loans, but not in the world of sponsors. Sponsorship money is, it's similar to grants in that it's money that you don't have to pay back, but it is considered a marketing expense. So you don't have to tell the sponsor how you've spent the money. They don't micromanage how you've spent the money.
Nice.
You don't have to give them that silly little, pie chart about how much you spent on admin and how much you spent on this and how much you spent on that. As long as you fulfill your contract with the sponsor, they are happy. And I'll give you an example. One of the things that you can do for your sponsors is put the logo on your website, very inexpensive, but it has a high perceived value to your sponsors. So if you say, hey, if you give me money, I'm going to put your logo on my website, you got to do that. They are going to monitor that, but they don't really monitor how you spend the money.
That sounds awesome. So tell me one of your recent success stories of someone who the listeners are thinking, well, that's probably great for, maybe big people, but again, you're saying that you don't have to be a big person. So explain somebody that you've worked with that has got some sponsorship money, which, seems like maybe they wouldn't have otherwise. I don't know a better way to say that.
Okay. Oh God, I've got so many. Who should I talk about? Well, I'll talk about a lovely lady. Her name is Carolyn. And basically Carolyns Story. And remember, I said, I'm going to be talking to you if you have a big message to get out into the world. So Carolyn's big message was about cancer and recovery from cancer because she was a speaker and noticed that she was feeling really tired and really fatigued, and just you kind of know when something's not right with your body. So she saw some doctors, found out she had stage 3 breast cancer, and that's very advanced. And a bunch of doctors told her that she would have to get a complete mastectomy, which is cutting off both of the breasts. And she said, you know what? I don't think I really want to do that. I don't want to mutilate my body. She did a lot of research, and she found out how to heal her cancer with alternative medicine. Now, I want to tell this story because everybody thinks, oh God, I have to have a hard and fast business topic to get sponsors. No, she talks about holistics and organics, and she gets sponsorships from foot detox companies because foot detox is part of her methodology. She gets sponsorships from organic tea companies because organic tea is part of her methodology, from vitamin companies. So, and she is able to travel the country, travel the world, and give this message to women who are suffering from cancer and the people who love them. And I am happy to report that she has been cancer-free for over 10 years. So she has this great, important message to give out and put out there in the world, and sponsorship has made it all possible for her.
That's amazing, Linda. Listen, let's break this down to the people that are watching right now. It's the beginning of 2019. Whatever you did in the past has got you to here, but it's not going to get you to where you want to go from here. And that's why you're watching this, and that's why you should come to this weekend to learn. From Linda, from Amy Collins, who teaches you how to get into libraries, from Steve Harrison, who teaches you how to get in on TV and on talk shows, and he's the best at publicity in the world. You know Steve, right?
I love Steve. Love me some Steve. I'm excited about seeing Jack. I'm going to be sitting there in the audience, and I'm going to be learning from everybody.
That's one of the reasons that I put this together is I teach people how to get endorsements from the people that influence their audience. And I call them celebrity endorsements, but I don't want you to think of just movie stars, although they are included in that, because if they say good things about you, then to your audience and they influence that audience, you don't have to say great things about yourself. Who wants to say, I'm so great, I'm so great, I'm so great? It's better to have the influencers for sure do that. And that'll help you with corporate sponsorships, and corporate sponsorships will help you get endorsements. This is all synergistic. So if you've got a message, truly a message to get out into the world, or you have some solutions for people to help people with a real problem that they're having in their life right now that keeps them awake at night, and you can help them through that, I want you to come to this, because 2019 is your year. This is your time, and you are going to get information, and strategies to be able to put action immediately into work. You can put the rubber to the road and you will see an immediate change in your business. And then some of these folks will resonate with you, because it's really all about mentorship. To be successful in life, you really need to commit. You need a strategic plan that works and that has a track record. You need some accountability, and you need if you can find one, a real mentor that has already succeeded in the areas that you want to succeed in. They can walk you step by step through this program. It's time to stop messing around and trying to do things and being an expert in all of these areas. Listen, just one or two areas, and you will see an amazing, complete change in your life, because you won't have to do the things that you don't want to do just to maintain your lifestyle. You'll actually be able to do the things that you're called to do in life, and that you know that you're put on this earth to do, and to share with people who need you right now. So I'll see you January 19th and 20th. Linda's going to be there. I'm going to be there. We're all going to be there. We have some amazing, amazing strategies for you. And all of these faculty are mentors to me, and that's why I brought them together. I've got another book coming out, and I want to take these strategies to the next level as well. So come and hang out with us. Come and learn, because one or two of these things, I promise you, will change your life. Linda, would you say that you've actually really, truly changed some people's lives?
I know I have. I wanted to get sponsors because not only did I want to write, but I wanted to do an event. My event that I did was called the Women's Small Business Expo. And I did that for 10 years.
Wow.
And women would come to the Women's Small Business Expo. They would meet their perfect partner. They would get the missing pieces of the puzzle that they needed to grow their multi-million-dollar business, because I grew a multi-million-dollar business knowing absolutely nothing. I was an art major, and my partner was a cinema major. She wanted to do, she knew about films and cinema. I knew about art, but none of us knew how to do business. So I know that I affected so much change in that time that I was doing this, that I was writing my books. And there is nothing, Greg, like getting those notes that say, because of you, I was able to move my family to a better neighborhood. I'm able to put my kids in better schools. I'm able to travel. I'm able to change people's lives. I'm even willing to affect global change, all because of what you have taught me. I have a fan mail file. I never thought growing up, being the shy kid in the back of the class who wouldn't even raise her hand, that I would have a fan mail file, but I do. And it is just a game changer, total game changer.
All I do full time is I help people get to where they want to get in life, whether it's authors and experts and speakers who want to get endorsements from celebrities and the influences of their audience, or whether I'm working with kids or royal families or CEOs or executives or professional athletes or professional musicians or actors. I'm so lucky and I feel so fortunate to be able to do this. And this is all I do. So I say no to the things that I don't want to do and yes to the things that I do want to do. And I wish that for you in life. I mean, I love to travel. So in the last year alone, I've been to about 10 or 11 countries. And I spoke to kids around the world, and I have amazing clients, and I do a lot of charity work. And this is what I love to do. And this is the person that I love to be, and I've always wanted to be and grown to be through personal development. And I'm certainly not perfect in any way. But if this sounds like the kind of lifestyle that you want to live, and if you're not living it right now, especially, come to this weekend, and I promise you, your life will get better immediately. I can promise you that right now. I guarantee you, money back guarantee. If this doesn't put you on the right track and change your life in a major way, I'll give you a 100% refund. So you heard it from me first. So thanks again for your time, Linda. And for all of you watching. I'm looking forward to meeting you and seeing you and growing with you and helping the world. We're going to do great things together.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you there.
Bye-bye.